Hello everyone, I'm Lauren Hanson. We interrupt regular programming to bring you some breaking news as WKU has a new president. Now, I don't want to pick on you, but you said that you might shoot a potato at me. Speaking of hot, Aaron Judge was on fire last night in the home run derby. There's projects going on all around our area, but I want to show you a little bit about what's going on here at WKU. With WKU Athletics and US Bank, we have some balloons in the background. We have balloon meisters out there teaching children about the science of flight. We have seen a lot on our Facebook page, viewers like Ellen Shirley sending thoughts and prayers to all those involved and those who had to work the scene last night. And Catch Trosha is warning other viewers to be safe when taking to dangerous roadways, saying people need to slow down and pay attention, especially with all of the construction. She also sent her prayers to the family. Hello everyone, I'm Lauren Hanson. Jean has the night off. An unlawful entrance into an Edmonson County home sends one man to the hospital after a teenager draws a gun on the intruder. Catherine Gardner spoke to Kentucky State Police earlier today, and she joins us now with more information on the shooting. Also under investigation tonight, a fatal wreck in Allen County. Police say 23-year-old Jared Freeman of Scottsville was driving the 1997 Ford pickup you see here when he went off the side of the cemetery road, hit several trees, and was thrown from the truck. He was pronounced dead at the scene. It's currently unknown why he went off the road, but police say he was not wearing a seatbelt at the time. A nationwide search is underway for this teen, 15-year-old Elizabeth Thomas, last seen a week ago. Police believe she is with her former teacher, 50-year-old Tad Cummins, who is now facing charges for aggravated kidnapping. Investigators said Cummins may have groomed the girl, abusing his position as a teacher and possibly sexually exploiting her while carefully planning the disappearance. His wife pleading for him to come clean.
Your family wants their Poppy back. Please do the right thing and turn yourself into the police and bring Beth home.
The pair is thought to be traveling in a silver Nissan Rogue with Tennessee tags. As of today, officials say they've received around 150 tips, but no sightings have been credible. Some commotion in the Commonwealth tonight as Kentuckians await the arrival of President Trump. He's set to speak at 7:30 tonight at the Kentucky Expo Center in Louisville. Tickets were handed out on a first-come, first-served basis last week. It's unclear whether the president will address this morning's bombshell testimony from FBI Director James Comey as he confirmed an investigation into Russia's involvement in the 2016 election. ABC's Kenneth Moten has more from Capitol Hill. This week marks the 7th anniversary of Obamacare being signed into law. Democrats, including former Vice President Joe Biden and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, will meet at the Capitol Wednesday for a rally to save the program. That's just one day before Republicans will vote to try to repeal and replace the law. A report released last week by the Congressional Budget Office said 24 million more Americans would be uninsured by 2026 under the GOP-backed health care bill. The medical center is one of 3 hospitals in Kentucky to perform partial knee and full hip replacement surgeries with a robotic-assisted arm. The doctors take a CT scan of the area and make a 3D model. Doctors say it allows them to more accurately align and place the implants.
It gives us a lot of satisfaction and comfort that we are able to do a much more precise surgery for our patients.
The machine won't let the doctor drill too deep and turns off completely if they go just 1.2 millimeters too far. Now, coming up in my special report on 13 News at 6, I talked to a patient who had his left hip replaced about his thoughts on the surgery. And still to come on 13 News at 5, the first day of spring is causing local officials to spring into action, preparing for the season ahead. How Barron County is staying up to date on lake procedures in 2 minutes. Hello everyone, I'm Lauren Hanson. Jean has the night off. One day after a fatal plane crash claims the lives of 4 Kentuckians in Barron County, federal investigators are starting the process of trying to figure out what caused the crash. Investigators tell us it could take up to a year, if not longer, to be able to officially determine and publish information about what caused the crash. Darby Bean has been in Barron County all day speaking with neighbors and authorities about what unfolded Sunday afternoon. A southern Kentucky community lost 4 people in that plane crash as they were returning to their homes in Pulaski County. It's a devastating blow to the community. The 3 men who died were not just active in their professions, they were also very involved in the town. Scott Foster was a prominent attorney. The mayor says he came to him recently with some wonderful ideas to improve the city. Kyle Stewart was a dentist. Doug Whitaker was a chaplain to the police department. The mayor says all of them were a part of this town's future.
With everyone, it was just so sudden of a shock, and then trying to deal with it, of how the family moves on and how we as a community try to fill the void in which those individuals served.
Funeral arrangements are still being worked out. Scott and Noah Foster's funeral will be at Lake Cumberland Funeral Home, Doug Whitaker at Pulaski Funeral Home, and Kyle Stewart at Southern Oaks Funeral Home. The mayor of Somerset says flags will be flown at half-staff in memory of the 4 victims. U.S. Senator Rand Paul returns to Capitol Hill more than a week after breaking several ribs in an incident with his neighbor. Paul tweeted, "Kelly and I want to thank everyone once again for your thoughts and prayers for my recovery. While I'm still in a good deal of pain, I will be returning to work in the Senate today, ready to fight for liberty and help move forward with tax cuts in the coming days and weeks." Paul suffered 6 broken ribs. His neighbor, Renee Boucher, has been charged with attacking Paul and pleaded not guilty. There are new developments in the ugly race for Alabama's Senate seat. A top Republican in Washington is now calling for GOP candidate Roy Moore to drop out in the wake of allegations of sexual misconduct with minors. As Kenneth Moten reports, now a new accuser is speaking out. Moore says the latest allegations against him are a witch hunt. Aviation Heritage Park's Huey helicopter is now entering its 2nd stage in the restoration process. Last week, we showed you how South Central Sand Blasting stripped the paint off the helicopter. Today, the helicopter was moved into the shelter at the park. Jerry Rourke is in charge of the restoration process and says everything went according to plan, and moving the helicopter is a huge step in the restoration process.
This is a pretty big milestone because now we've got it in a position to be able to put the rotor hub on and put the rotor blades on and start filling and sanding and get it hopefully to look like it should look, and as it did look in Vietnam.
The park plans to have the Huey restored in time to be unveiled at its annual hangar party in June. Still ahead on 13 News at 5 in 2 minutes, another Olympic gymnast comes forward saying she was abused by the former U.S. women's gymnastics team doctor.